So for n point transform, we are supposed to compute computational complexity. So to find out 1xk, how many you just write down. Determine the number of multiplications and additions required. Determine the number of multiplications and number of additions required for finding out n point DFT. Determine the number of multiplications and additions required to compute n point DFT. Determine the number of additions and multiplications required to compute n point DFT. What is the answer?
N minus 1.
How many additions? n minus 1 square. And multiplications?
N square.
So we find that n square multiplications and n minus 1 square additions are required. And this is something which is quite serious as regards to actual computation is concerned. So as n grows, the computational complexity grows by n square. Computational complexity grows by n square, and when it grows by n square, whether it is correct, n minus 1 square or n into n minus n additions. Anyway, exact value right now we are not interested, but we come to know that the computational overhead rises by square term. So if I am having 8 point transform, then 64 and something like 49, something around 64. But if I have 16 point transform, then the sequence size gets double, but the computation required to perform grow 4 times. And when it grows further, maybe 1024 point, 2048 point, or 64k points, it grows and it becomes time consuming, and even though we are having a fast computing devices, it cannot match the growth at the rate of square. Therefore, one very serious consideration has been thought over: whether is it possible for me to alternatively compute discrete Fourier transform. Whether it is possible for me to alternatively compute discrete Fourier transform. And the hint is very simple. Since the complexity grows at n square, suppose if I have to compute a 16 point transform, then can I consider 16 points as 2 sets of 8 points? First block of 8 points, next block of 8 points. Is it agreeable or not? I have 16 numbers. So first 8 number, second 8 numbers. Then if I find 8 point transform of first 8 numbers, 8 point transform of next 8 numbers, will it be a 16 point transform? It will not be. It will not be 16 point transform. But is it possible for me to have some further manipulations with these transforms in order to get a 16 point transform? And if I become successful in that, then what is my achievement? N point transform is having complexity n square. So for 8 point transform you have to perform 64 computations. So for 2 8-point transforms, 64 to 64 we can say 128. Whereas for 16 point transform what would I require? 256. So 256 gets immediately reduced to 128 and some further calculations. Then we can think of reducing this 8 point as 2 group of 4 and further 2 group of 2. So now a simple question is it possible for me to rewrite this expression xk is equal to n equal to 0 to capital N minus 1 xn wn raised to kn, assuming that capital N is a integral multiple of 2. My question now is, I hope that you are supposed to think over the question, being students of a senior undergraduate course, that can I write n point transform in terms of two n by 2 point transforms? I have got n points, say x0 to x7, I can say 8 points, x0 to x7. My conventional way is to find out these transform together at one stroke, and I get x0 to x7. From small x0 to small x7, which is the original sequence, I obtain capital X0 to capital X7, that is the transform at a single stroke. Now, the question before us for consideration is it possible for me to take out few points of this? You may take first 4, you may take alternate, you may choose random, you may think in some particular way as you like. So the first thing is this original set of capital N numbers. So, original set consisting of capital N numbers x small x0 to small x bracket capital N minus 1 is to be divided into 2 groups, right? The original sequence is to be divided into 2 parts. The way in which we have to divide, we may think of. So the original sequence, one n point sequence, is divided into 2 n by 2 point sequences. One n point sequence is divided into 2 n by 2 point sequences. Each n by 2 point sequence is considered as an independent sequence and its DFT is to be found out. These DFTs will be n by 2 point DFTs. And then you may have some kind of manipulation with these points, some kind of combinations, and I get n points. Then is it possible to get same n points which you would have obtained by n point DFT? You got the question? You got the idea clear? From n point sequence, I obtain n point DFT. That is, means here I am not finding something new. I can find by n point DFT stated by the formula. But the problem is that it is time consuming, more computations are required. Then, because in this the computation order is n square, and here n square by 4, here n square by 4, so total n square by 2. And this is something small. So can I substantially save the computations required? can I substantially save the computation required? Then I give you a hint. Generate. You are supposed to follow on your own, but let us not spend time in that. Let us generate these two sequences of alternative numbers. X0, X2, X4, X6, and X1, X3, X5, X7. Are you getting me now? So, the idea is take an n-point sequence, divide it into two parts, one as even sequence, another as odd sequence. One is even sequence, and one is odd sequence. And then compute DFT, n by 2 point DFTs of both these sequences. So we get one, we get other, and simply add them with some kind of formula to get capital N point DFT. So how can you proceed? Can you derive the formula? You are supposed to think. Don't keep quiet with blank faces. So we have got one formula for xk as n equal to 0 to capital N minus 1 xn w raised to k. Now I am dividing the sequence xn. I am dividing the sequence xn into two parts. That is even sequence and odd sequence. So can you rewrite this again? I am dividing it into even sequence and odd sequence. So same thing. I want xn, and n is ranging from 0 to capital N minus 1. N is ranging from 0 to capital N minus 1. I will just write in two separate parts. I am not doing anything new. And it is n even and n odd. Obviously the limit is as before, capital 0 to capital N minus 1. n even and n odd. Is it clear? Ultimately, for every k, this is going to be a summation. So for every k, there will be n terms. So those I am writing n by 2 terms for even n and n by 2 terms for odd n. Now, this can I write like this? Do you agree with this? It is visible? Lower part? Just in order to express the even, I am using another variable m, which is now, so for capital N equal to 8, small n was ranging from 0 to 7. Now m will range from 0 to 3. So 0, 2, 4, 6 are even. And 0 into 2, that is 0 plus 1, that is 1. 1 into 2 plus 1. 2 into 2 plus 1. 3 into 2 plus 1. So 1, 3, 5, 7 are odd. Is it clear? Is it all right? Do you see any problem there? Now, can I x2m is what? X2m is the even sample of the given sequence. Can I say x2m is equal to, if I have sequence xn, I divide into two sequences, xen and xon. Xn I am dividing as xe and xo. So can I call x2m as xem? There will be x0, there will be terms 4, 7, 5, 8, 9, 2, 1, 3. So 4, 5, 9, 1 is one sequence, and 7, 8, 2, 3 other sequence. So this particular one, say 5 is x2. So one sequence is 4, 5, 9, 1. Other sequence is 7, 8, 2, 3. So 5 is x2, whereas 5 is xe. What is the index of 5 there?
1.
Here it is 2 and here it is? It's very simple. I have just deliberately given an example. So what would be the rewriting of this formula then? I think this I have about. This is not category required at a senior college level. So the same would be what? M equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1 xe m. This 2 I will get on the other side. Wn square raised to km. Wn square raised to km. And plus m equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1 xom wn square raised to km, and one more term remains that is Wn, and which I can say constant, which is outside summation. So now closely look at these two terms. Now closely look at these two terms. Not that comes, it comes to be Wn raised to P. Wn raised to P. Comes out, what comes out is Wn raised to K. Now what this term, what is Wn square? Wn square. If we introduce a new term called as Wn by 2, can you relate Wn square to Wn by 2? Can you relate Wn square to Wn by 2? Wn square is Wn by 2 itself. So this becomes Wn by 2. This becomes Wn by 2. So now, if you look at this term, what this is? If you look at this term and if you look at this term, what these two terms correspond to? What these two terms correspond to? These two terms look like, what? N by 2 point DFT. These two terms look like N by 2 point DFT. There is one small issue here. What is that issue? It is a small issue. This is, we are computing for what? We are computing for xk. And k is ranging from where to where? 0 to capital N minus 1. K is ranging from 0 to capital N minus 1. So K0, K1, K2, K3. So if you can say 8 point, then there is, one can say by brute force that this is N by 2 point DFT, this is another N by 2 point DFT, multiplied by something. But just before that, we have to satisfy that this K in computing N by 2 point DFT, there are only N by 2 points in DFT also. So K means, suppose if I am having 8 point DFT, so n, small n ranges from 0 to 7 and small k ranges from 0 to 7. If I reduce to 4 point DFT, in that K should also range from 0 to 3 only. K should range from 0 to 3 only. Whereas on this side I have made no change. Here this K is supposed to vary from 0 to N minus 1. This K is supposed to vary from 0 to N minus 1. So what this is, what should be done with this K? What should be done with this K? What would be XEK? Now, if I have a small capital N by 2 point sequence, if I have a small capital N by 2 point sequence, XEM or N is immaterial, that is just an index. XEM is a capital N by 2 point sequence. Now, if it is transformed to, I can say XK or I can say XZ, just to give you the different picture. XZ, XEZ, XOM, is transformed to XOZ. Then my question is whether only this term, forget about this term, whether only this term corresponds to this. If you just put, or you can use K here only, K here only. You can use N also, no problem, because just we are repeating the index. Whether this is the discrete, my question is whether this alone represents the discrete Fourier transform of this 4 point sequence. Obviously, yes, provided that this is between 0 to n pi by 2.